So, if you tuned in last week, you might remember we were sitting in the car waiting for the temperature to get up above 40 so I could go do my long run. And it eventually did, and I went out, I ran. I ran 13.1 miles, so a complete half marathon. Um, I won't say for fun, because I never run for fun, but it wasn't a race. I made up my mind that I was going to run that far on that day, and I did. It went pretty okay. I'm as well covered, well documented that I am slower than ever in my life. But I did it. I did it all running, no walking, and great. So fast forward to today. And we're waiting for it to get above 30 degrees today, which may not happen for another couple hours. And I'm probably just going to go out and be cold. I'll be cold either way, but we create these arbitrary mental thresholds. And my real threshold is, above freezing. But as it's just a mental threshold, right? Like it's not different. 31, 32, right? It's not, or zero. What, I don't know. You Celsius folks out there, you can do the math. Um, and but freezing is a point, I think valid delineator of when to run and when not to run. But whatever. I don't think I can wait that long. So I'll be out there running in just a little bit. But yeah, here we are. It's, what? It is, what is it? It is Saturday, February 4th, 2023. And as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. It was kind of a long week this week, and I'm going to think about it in terms of my emotions and psychological state, whatever. And I haven't done this yet, so bear with me. As usual, I will be processing as I'm speaking, and it won't come out very clear, but I'll do my best. So I went up to Virginia to train a new rep and potentially do some follow-up with some newer reps who maybe were struggling in a couple areas. And hey, you're going to be in the area anyway, so why not hang out with them for a day and answer some additional questions or make them feel more comfortable, whatever. Great plan. I was on board with this. So I got up. I couldn't sleep, so I was up at 4, and to drive the 3.5 hours or so to Virginia, where I was going to Williamsburg. I think that's a place. And so I get up there, and the plan really was to meet this new rep at 10. It's reasonable, right? You'd figure if it's whatever. If I left at 6:30, I would. Whatever, you can figure it out. And so I got up there, I don't know, just a little after 8 maybe. And so I messaged my trainee, and I said, hey, I know we'd spoken the day before, and I said, I know you have a thing like getting your daughter to school, and we agreed on 10, but hey, just letting you know I'm in the area. And if you wanted to and you're able to get started a little bit earlier to give us more time later in the day, great. If not, see you at 10. And I get nothing. Fine, whatever. He's not expected to be at work till 10, so maybe he's not checking his phone, or it's like, hey, I'm doing my thing. I'm not gonna take time to respond to this, right? I'm dealing with my daughter. Okay, cool, whatever. So 10 o'clock comes and nothing. And 10:20, I send him another text like, hey, hope everything's okay. I'm here. Let me know when you get here. Like 10:30, 11 o'clock, nothing. nothing. And I'm like, and this is, sadly, this is not that unusual with new reps. Um, I don't know what the deal is, but I've had more than two uh, other reps who have just not shown, right? And so I'm like, oh crap. And um, then finally, so I'm like calling his boss, um, who I'm up helping, and I was like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, well, just give it, I haven't heard anything. I know I haven't heard anything. He said, well, let's see what goes on for just a little bit longer, and then if he was a wash, then we'll just move all the work, or you can do all the work, and so we'll figure out what we're gonna do going forward. And I don't know, like 11:30, he finally messages me with this really incoherent blah 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 about getting his daughter into school and this and that, um, and that's it. Like, this is what I'm doing. And so I'm, oh, sorry to hear that. Like, can you give me a ballpark, like an idea what we're dealing with here? And I'm really going into this pretty deeply. I don't think you guys are interested in this so much. So basically, he ends up just not communicating very well, and the day ends up being a wash for training. And so, like, my time is being wasted, right? I'm getting paid, but I really don't like just standing around. And finally, it's like, okay, tomorrow, we're on for tomorrow. I was like, okay, great, we're on for tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, and he's like an hour past when he's supposed to meet me. And, completely out of, not communicating, out of the loop, out of pocket. I don't know, something. I'm white. I don't know what to say. And finally shows up. And then I have like serious doubts about this dude. I'm like, oh, what the hell? But he's like rocking it on the job, right? Like learning, picking up on things, getting his hands involved in things. And I show him something. He's like, okay, then now let me do it. And he's just great. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever, cool. So like, okay, so we change all the schedule, and we're like, okay, so we're going to meet on day 3 and do some more training, because that's our policy, 2 days for part-timers and blah, blah, blah. And day 3 comes, we're supposed to meet at 8. It's like 9:30, nothing. And I'm like, I guess, whatever. And so long story short, eventually he surfaces, and like 3 hours after we're supposed to meet, we finally meet. And so I wanted to think about this, like, what is my feelings? What was I going through during this? And really I was frustrated. Like, I acknowledge I was frustrated. But I can't recall what that felt like. I just know that I was frustrated. Like I'm wasting my time. Like, if I'm being paid, I want to be doing stuff. So there's that. I don't know. I guess a little bit. Maybe I was frustrated personally by this person. But again, I can't reclaim that feeling. I can't even imagine what that feeling was. Like, I don't know. And then, like everything else in my life, that maybe is emotion or feelings or whatever, it just disappears, goes away, and I can't relive that. So yeah, I guess big tease, folks. I'm processing it here on the mic, and I have no input, nothing to share about this other than, I guess we take away that I experienced a feeling, an emotion, and I identified it as frustration. But as we've talked about before, I distrust myself enough that I don't know that I processed that emotion or identified that emotion correctly, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, was I frustrated? What else is close to frustrated? Like, was I mad at him? No, I wasn't mad at the situation. I guess frustrated. But yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, so it was a long week. And then I ended up not working yesterday because I was back home and there's just not enough work to go around. So I did the stuff and errands and whatnot. And now here I am. Oh, so I think I mentioned I mentioned last week that I was going to have a sit down talk with a friend of the show, and it didn't work out. I had something came up kind of last minute, and I I blew her off. And it was not necessarily, it was unavoidable, but it was not unavoidable that I couldn't have reached out to her and let her know. No, I just kind of let her hanging, and this was supposed to be Sunday, and it wasn't until Monday that I reached out to her, and I really am a bad friend in this situation. And then she responded back to my thing with just kind of okay, and I don't. She's mad at me. Great, not great, but I understand it. But then I haven't followed up all week, and it's one of those things, where like the longer you wait, the bigger it gets, or the bigger it feels. And I just don't know where to go from here. I acknowledge I am in the wrong here. Clearly, I mean, I'm not being the bigger person here by admitting this. It's clear as day. Yeah, so that didn't work out, and I wish it had. Hopefully we can still work something out, but I get it if she no longer wants to try. Yeah, so that's a thing. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else. So therapy has been on hold for a few weeks, and I'll be honest, this is a conversation I need to have with Nora somehow, but I don't want to go back right now. Like I'm not in a dire situation. I'm not like I feel generally okay, right? I clearly still have many issues that I need to deal with and acknowledge and confront, work on. But I'm not even at a place right now where I feel like my personal, I will say, safety is even like a nudge away from being unsure, right? Like I don't feel like I don't know. I feel like if things were to come up and happen in my life, which could be considered triggers or whatever, like I wouldn't necessarily handle them the best, but I don't feel like I'd spiral, right? And I know, therapy, the whole point of therapy isn't just to not want to kill yourself. But like, I don't know. I kind of feel like if I continue with therapy right now, I'm not going to be putting my best effort into it. So then why bother? And I don't know that I could transition right now to just a weekly or bi-weekly or fortnightly check-in, kind of like, let's just talk about what's been going on kind of thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I know I need to have a conversation with Nora about it because she has expectations of me attending therapy of some sort, of some regularity. And Yeah, so I need to do that, but I don't know what my tact, how I'm going to go about that. And, um, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm putting too much into it. Maybe she can help me navigate it and has some ideas on what I could do. So I guess I just got to do that. So yeah, maybe tonight instead of watching TV, we'll have a chat about JP's head. um, so yeah, there's that. I'm doing this little checklist thing is kind of struggling a bit. Um, it's been really hard to get everything done, my daily and my weekly checks, my whatever, my accomplishments. Um, and I think the biggest part of that is the travel, right? So I'm back to back weeks when I've been traveling for 3 days or 4 days. And I don't have the self discipline to do all the things. And so like reading 15 minutes, I'll be honest, like I read one day for like 5 minutes. I was like, screw it, that's good enough. Log my calories. I've slid into more of a not really logging them, just kind of thinking in my head, well, okay, this was this. Okay, I've had this many calories today, which you know, the whole point of logging it is to make sure that you accurately get the numbers and accurately um, mark what you've eaten, right? Like, if I had 9 gummy bears, that's 100 calories. Well, did I really have, did I have 9 or maybe I had 18. Ooh, I don't know. I had a handful. So what's a handful? Stuff like that. So I haven't been as diligent on doing those things. And I guess true to my plan, like I haven't really been hard on myself about it, and I'm trying to hit the big boxes, right? Like the brushing my teeth, running, walking, um, things, most things centered around the show. But yeah, I don't. So that's kind of slipping. That's kind of slipping. I'm trying though. It's in my head, and I'm still trying to be. I was struggling with the word early on at the beginning of January, and I think the word I want to settle on is like I think I said deliberate, but I think intentional. And now I feel like I'm repeating myself. Have I said this already? Like intentional is how I want to describe my actions, right? So I act with intent. So if I'm going to do something, I should do it intentionally and with, and that encompasses a lot. I think that encompasses like deliberate and purposeful and things like that. But yeah, we'll see. I'm trying, folks. So that might be it. I'm done boring you guys. So it's cracked up to 27 degrees here in Apex now. So, but it is sunny. So there's that. So I guess I should get myself together and do this. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Reach out, jamolki@gmail.com, facebook.com/jamolki, JAMOALKI. 248-648-1419. You can text me in the US or on WhatsApp +1 248-648-1419. Love to hear from you. Hopefully I don't blow you off like I did my friend last weekend. Okay. Also the TikTok, but there's not a lot going on there. Jamolki on TikTok. Blah. Blah, blah. Okay. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for taking time out of your day. I hope you're doing better today than yesterday, which was better than last week. And till next time, Thanks for listening. Be safe and be well.